Sagittarius, hello. Welcome back to the Tarot Closet. Welcome if you're new to my channel. I hope you're having a good day. Sagittarius, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, welcome to another Sagittarius Tarot. Sagittarius Love Tarot, love reading, messages from your person, a reading where we're going into thoughts, feelings, intentions, moves, steps, what you might need to know. Let's take a deep dive. Thank you, Spirit Guides, Angels, and Ancestors. Please show us what we need to see for Sagittarius. Please show us the cards. Aho. It's the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. The Knight of Cups in the upright. Judgment is here. Somebody is waking up, Sag. The Ten of Cups is also here, wow, right underneath Judgment, which wants to be your overall energy. The Three of Cups is in reverse. Where their energy is quite strong, wow. The King of Pentacles is in reverse, and it's connected to the Ten of Pentacles in reverse. So clearly something has stopped or changed here, has been going on. Both Virgo energies and our King of Pentacles in reverse is connecting to the Knight of Cups in the partnership placement, the upright. Eight of Swords is in reverse. Two of Wands is in reverse. So this is somebody, whoa, that you've been waiting on. As you can see, we have the Two of Wands in reverse, also the Eight of Swords in reverse, the Sun, the Queen of Cups in reverse. My gosh, the Three of Pentacles, Temperance. Somebody's finally ready to have this talk, Sagittarius, and it's definitely connecting to the Ten of Cups here right below Judgment. Life together energy. Were you building it? Had you already built it? Was it a possibility? My throat chakra is going nuts, and I'm going to tell you why in just a moment. I want to continue getting down this energy that's wanting to come in. Yeah. So this is somebody who pulled away, and it could be that you're not talking at all. Could also be that there's just like a pause or just not talking about this specific thing. The Ten of Pentacles in reverse. Again, were you in a long-term connection? Was it something you were working toward or the future? It's connected to that King of Pentacles in reverse. So something clearly hasn't been talked about or stopped moving. In fact, it's really validating with the Eight of Cups here in the upright that somebody had pulled away. We're also seeing the Page of Wands in between the King of Pentacles in reverse, and on the other end, the Knight of Cups. It's sort of like a student energy trying to figure out how to move. They're carrying this wand. Look, there's a ribbon on it. They're heading in the direction of the Knight of Cups. So, and that's all leading me back here to Temperance in the upright, which is right in between the Knight of Cups and the Eight of Swords in reverse. Somebody's finally ready to talk about it. Somebody wants to work things out here. The main thing is they're stepping up. Temperance and Judgment. The kitty corner, catty cornered, catty corner energy of our archangels. Archangel Gabriel and Archangel Michael. So this co-creation energy, like wake up here. Let's get everybody on the path to the truth. A new cycle, which is to the Sun energy, by the way. And Sagittarius, this is your energy. This is your major arcana. And here we go, really validating with the Sun. A new cycle. What is being revealed here? What has been hidden in the Moon? This is a Leo energy. And it's also connected to the Three of Pentacles. And that is around like a coming together energy, and it's really clear to me that it's somebody that you've been waiting on. I want to tell you something. The Death card is here. Yeah, clarity. Here we go. This is just so not surprising to me at all. And the Chariot, it's coming. You've been waiting on it. Look at this. Clarity, the Chariot, the Seven of Pentacles. It doesn't get any clearer for me. You're here when you're meant to be here is what I wanted to say to you. So whether you're here in real time as I'm releasing here at the Tarot Closet on my verified channel on YouTube, the only place I upload, by the way, remember that. So if you're hearing, seeing, suspecting content in any way, shape, or form anywhere else, send me that email. Let me know. You could be here in real time, but you could also be here weeks, months, even years later, because really it's about when you're finding the reading's finding you. So trust the timing in that. But I want to tell you, currently I am channeling, I'm still in the eclipse energy. First of all, it's the full moon lunary eclipse. That energy doesn't just dissipate, it goes on for weeks. And I'm channeling for you under Mercury retrograde in Pisces. It's really been kind of off the charts clear to me all week. It's clear to me also in your reading that it's somebody who's finally ready to have this talk. There is a strong validation here that somebody's getting out of some ego. Somebody, that's number one here, by the way, in the Scorpio energy of the Death card. But I'm also feeling like ready for something, ready to change something too, which I do want to validate. It's not clear yet in terms of cards, but that's not the point for me. Anyway, for some of you, there is some kind of connection to a vice. I just want to bring that through. I don't think it's for everybody, but it's part of this wake-up energy for some of you. But pun intended, what is really clear is somebody's ready to have this talk. Somebody wants to work this out. Somebody is literally waking up, getting clarity, and making a decision finally. Coming here with the truth. It's like everything's going to get aired out, and super validating coming here with clarity. The clarity card is here. Following that, the Chariot coming down. The moon in Cancer energy. So again, what's in that moon energy? We're looking at clarity around feelings. Clarity around feelings about where you were heading, the possibilities of what is still there. I also want to validate if there is a third party. Now, I don't think, the thing I want to validate for you is a third party for me is not always about a person. It can be a job, money, whatever. In this case, it might be for some of you. And if there is, I want to validate that might be another thing that you're waiting on. You know, that there is something else that needs to complete first. More validating for me is just around this conversation about where you were or where you were heading, again, and what the possibilities still are here. Because this is also clarity around that. It's clarity coming in around commitment. What that means for you, whether it's getting more serious and exclusive or taking it to next steps like, you know, joining households or combining that kind of energy, maybe even something further along like marriage. It's for me, it's around a life together energy, like waiting for this person, literally 2 of Wands in reverse, to make a choice, to make a move. And we can see that there is a wake-up energy here. And I wouldn't say in large part is being initiated from based on what's going on astrologically, but I will say it plays a, well, yeah, it plays a really big part. It's intense. For all intended purposes, it is clear. The move that you're waiting for them to make, the Chariot, the action that they're taking, also the changing where things are now. So definitely going into this new cycle, and with the possibility of things, you could almost, well, really say like a wish fulfillment. Look at the sun today with our dandelion here. You can see that there have already been some wishes or a wish made. You can see the pieces of them sort of flying here in the wind. So what has been hidden in the moon is definitely, what is coming to light that has been hidden? What are you wanting them to be clear about? What decision or choice have you been waiting for them to make? Because it's literally happening. The groundwork is being laid Again, we can see it here in the page energy, in the wands, and also the Knight of Cups. By the way, obviously some more of that water energy. Could even be attached to a kind of proposal. Now that's really specific, but it is here. However, the bigger picture with our major arcana, Judgment, Temperance, the Sun, the Chariot, and the Death card is really clear that, there we go, with the word, I think that's the word of the day today, is clear. So every time you hear clear, take a little sip of water. Recently I said, take a bite of an apple, and they said they had 2 apples. In any case, I also want to validate that energy around the movement of the Chariot, around the move you're waiting for. And for some of you, that might be connected to literal travel coming towards you. Could also be around a relocation, for example. But one of the things that you're also waiting for is the communication about it. And that's also here, look, the 7 of Pentacles on the 3 of Cups. It's in reverse, Mercury energy and Cancer. And yeah, I want to validate if you can see each other at the gathering, at the party, perhaps where some friends and family would sort of mix and mingle. There's definitely an emotional kind of conversation around that energy. Yeah, and once again, I want to validate for those of you that gave this person an ultimatum, or maybe there's even an unspoken one. If it is connected to something, some kind of a vice, it does come through. Just even in our moderation energy and temperance, your energy, restoring balance and harmony. Archangel Michael wanting to get everybody on the path to the truth, literally the sun, which is here. Like this wish fulfillment energy, it's happening, is just really clear. But what is that change about? Because it's still the truth here and clarity being revealed. And that somebody's ready to change something here. Somebody's ready to make this decision. This person is waking up. And that's the other thing I want to validate for you. Let me just get the rest of your energy down. That this is your reading, obviously. Okay, just revealing. I think that's it. No, there's one more here. And that is, oh, okay, and it brought these along with it. That's it. The Empress is here. Wow. That this is your reading, and that wake-up energy around judgment also. Like, wake up, make a decision. What do you want, Sagittarius? Well, how long is the wait? What exactly has gone on? You know, I'm not privy to all the details, and I don't need to be. You already know. But I'll tell you what. This person is coming in here ready. This is somebody that I feel like was emotionally unavailable, or was running from feelings and being clear about maybe just literal feelings about you or about the two of you, but also around commitment. This is an energy of somebody coming in who's ready. Ready for the talk, ready. Long-term energy. The Empress, by the way, divine feminine energy, the counterpart to our Emperor. And of course, the leader of all 12 zodiac signs is around growth and new beginnings. Justice in reverse. There's so many things coming in here with this. First of all, a validation that yes, somebody needs to open up, communicate, be clear, make something right as well. By the way, that 8 of Swords in reverse. I like that it's in reverse because that's an energy around this person being in their head, holding back from communicating. And this is like releasing everything here. I mean, it's just very clear to me. But justice, that's the other thing. And we talking about temperance, getting everybody on the path to the truth. I mean, justice is in reverse. That's not the truth. And it can also be that, yeah, there's some kind of situation connected to that would need to change. Could, again, even be some kind of contracts with something, money, work, people, whatever, that needs to be sorted out. So I do want to validate that. And obviously I want to validate that the yin-yang energy here and the imbalance. And who is writing that balance? Archangel Michael in Temperance, restoring balance. You've been patient with this person. Four of Pentacles is in reverse. The Ten of Swords. Okay, wow. So for some of you, it might already be that you're here. It could be that that is an energy of somebody that you may not be talking to. For me, this is really a lot more about the possibilities of going either way. It feels like an emotional make or break kind of conversation or messages here, because somebody is waking up. It's somebody that you've been waiting on. They're on the move. They're bringing clarity, and it's all about the commitment energy. I also have to validate one more thing here. Four of Swords is in reverse. With that Ten of Swords, Ten of Pentacles in reverse, even Justice in reverse, if we're looking at, in the Death card, if we're looking at a third party kind of situation that, yeah, that needs to complete, again, it could just even be around paperwork. I want to bring that forward. I do not think it's for everyone, but you know, I'm just the messenger, so I got to bring it through. And in this energy, like I said, it's just been really clear and very, very intense that it's all things that have been hidden, quite literally, under the Mercury retrograde in Pisces. The emotional energy here, it's surfacing. And it really does feel like this flood coming in. The Hangman, yeah, as I say that, we're looking at literally major arcana Pisces energy around timing, around someone, and I want to say someone's, but who has been indecisive, but I first want to touch on that energy of this person who has been indecisive. It's been, and only time will tell. There may even be some headbutting here. It's been a really strong period of uncertainty, but I also want to validate this Hangman energy with Judgment and around you and the Empress and clarity in terms of what you want to do for yourself and waking up, because you've been patient here. Some of you might just be checking in just to kind of see what the energy is, because that wake up energy is here. And by the way, when you come out of the Hangman, this is where, when we come out of the Hangman, this is where we go. We go into the Death card, and it's major changes. Some things that need to end so other things can move. Obviously, it can be a move on kind of energy. I mean, it's literal here. You can see it. So it definitely feels like the time is now, like Judgment. Oh, you could almost say Judgment Day. You know, it just has that energy. Like somebody is ready to talk about it. It could go either way. I feel like, yeah. But we're looking at a new cycle. We are looking at truths being revealed. We are looking at balance being restored, decisions being made. The anxious energy around the Four of Swords is also really clear. It's in reverse. It's like a restless energy, and it's really, I feel like, on both sides. Wow. So this Devil card energy does not surprise me in the least bit. I want to validate something. The Vice energy is here. It has been here for me. Again, it's really a specific energy, but it's clear that it belongs to a collective, and that's really validating. This reversal energy I like, because it does connect with the fact that it's releasing that. And it's also coming out of shadow energy. But I also really want to validate that that may have played a part. And where you are, for those of you that are in a pause or already like in a breakup, or, you know, you're not talking. But it's also this, it just has this energy that it could go either way. And I feel like the resistance is maybe a little more on your side, understandably, because it's really strong for me around this person that they're coming in here, like they are waking up. So perhaps something was seen. Yeah, look. Seen or or heard. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Here they come. Was there an ultimatum given, or is there just one here anyway? Ace of Pentacles, Page of Swords in reverse, Ace of Swords in the upright, Nine of Wands in the upright, Six of Pentacles. The reciprocity energy, the clarity that you're looking for around feelings, around the commitment energy is definitely coming in. It's this energy of I want the same with our Six of Pentacles here. And on the other end, somebody who's clear about that, Ace of Swords. Yeah. This is also around the communication, the air energy. This is literally for you today. It is just super validating that it's clarity. I'm going here with our clarity card, look, connecting to the Ten of Cups, clarity in the relationship, clarity in the feelings around moving forward together. At the very least, it's coming around this person. Ace of Pentacles, next level, coming with the Ace of Swords. What this conversation they're ready to have is about. This is somebody who's thinking logically, rationally. It's kind of coming out of nowhere, that sword. Look at all the butterflies around it, the transformation. So also what they're saying for me, for some of you too, again, it's really strong that there might be some kind of paperwork stuff that's going on. It could even be something they got themselves into. Again, a really specific message. But you can even see, look, all the butterflies here. The sword, of course, with a crown, connecting me to the crown chakra. The I know energy, which is, by the way, connected to both the Hangman and Judgment. There's almost like a victory. It's like the victory wreath here. It's kind of all jacked up as they just come in here to communicate because they're clear. Look what they're holding on to with the Ace of Pentacles. A giant crystal. They're holding on to a crystal. They have some crystals dangling here. Next level, Ace of Swords, Ace of Pentacles, right below the Ten of Cups. Clarity, judgment. You're getting your answers. They're making moves, decisions. It's happening. Six of Pentacles, Nine of Wands. Last but not least, this is your energy, Sagittarius. It's the moon in Sagittarius energy. This is an energy of somebody like who's not, sort of like not giving up, but it's also like they're making this move. And I have to say, yeah, it has an energy as well of you sort of like, wait a minute. You may be totally expecting this, in particular if you can see each other, that they would be somewhere. But again, even around messages, it could also be that you're not. There's something in the balance, obviously, but I mean that they've seen or heard that has this person a little bit a lot panicked. We're looking at Oracle, which I'm not reading in reverse. The bottom of the deck, Divine Timing. That energy for sure around readiness, availability, but not meeting, not being in alignment with that. This is about timing. It's like too late, too early. So timing issues here are really very clear. The Strength card in Oracle is here. Strength card is a connection to the heart chakra. That is obviously a fiery energy. It's Leo. There's also the sun in here connected to Leo. And of course we have the sun card down. Somebody, yeah, getting the courage, I guess you could say. Also getting over ego and pride. Moving toward you. Here, Six of Pentacles. I mean, it's just really clear, the reciprocity. They say in Ireland, you vote with your feet. And that means you could be saying one thing, but if you're saying like, I'm not going to go and do that, but then you're walking towards doing it while you say it, it's like, well, your feet voted, you know, and that's what our lion is doing here. It is a connection to the heart chakra. And I do want to validate for those of you that this is around platonic and or physical, maybe even at a distance, to know how they feel about the future and what's going on here with the future. This is the clarity that's coming here. Blocked. Wow. So that could be literal around somebody blocking somebody else, or maybe both of you. I guess if you block each other, you think you're the first, there's going to be somebody. Now that's really specific, but that could be the case that somebody would need to be unblocked. But it's also connected here to the Death card and to clarity. So yeah, somebody getting out of their head from communicating, getting out of ego. There's a bear on the move. A bear is a wake-up energy. You could say like they're in hibernation. This bear, as you can see, is crossing, kind of like crossing the globe. So that's really validating if there's travel. And I would say especially international travel, but that's really specific. But our bear is awake and here on the water, on the move, explorer. Yeah, but it also does connect to the exploring, like the possibilities around this communication and around everything that's gone on, the current situation and the future in the balance energy. Where does it lead? Faith is here. Oh, wow. Yeah, this is really clear. And journey, look, and community. So the last oracle cards, I want to validate that this is definitely an energy connecting to the Chariot, which is here. It's connecting to the World card. It's completing this cycle. It's moving forward, you could say, into the Fool energy. It's completing the picture for the two of you, which really are around life-changing decisions. Because it could also be around it being over forever, you know. And again, not to be dramatic, but it really does have this make or break kind of energy. There could be, again, literal travel, but this is around the communication about everything. You can see there's a post stamp, there's a postcard. We have two messengers here, the two birds. So we even have this big VW bus. It kind of reminds me of that bus in Lost. For those of you that know, if you know, you know. In any case, it's a journey and it's heading here to community, and that's about coming together. And it's super validating around building community or rebuilding, should that be the case. It's super validating that if you can see each other, that again, it might be at community, something around community, friends and or family kind of energy. The talk is literally about the long-term energy. You can see there is a tree trunk here, and you know, those are the lines, the growth lines of how long this trunk has been here. So it does have that rooted energy, long-term kind of energy, whether it's connecting to the two of you or it's involving locations or other people. There's also a victory wreath there. The Tarot Closet, channeled love messages from your person. Sagittarius, from their higher self. Remember, the playlists, by the way, are in the video description. If you like to watch twin flame readings or all signs tarot, other zodiac signs. And you can also find the playlist here at the Tarot Closet, of course, on the playlist tab. Bottom of the deck, I regret how I left things. Last conversations. Last time you saw each other, spoke in person, spoke online. Some of you are still around each other. Some of you are not. I am so sorry I lied to you. And as I say that, it's literally here with I regret how I left things and justice in reverse. I have not moved on. I am lying. Having faith, it's connecting with the Faith card, which also connects with the star energy around hope, clarity, renewal. Yeah, and here it is again. Every road leads back to you. That's affinity. That's the energy around this person who is waking up here. Are they too little, too late? Sagittarius, only you can make that call. but they are waking up. I mean, this is just so clear. And this energy around things surfacing, the communication is also clear and strong. Here it is again. Every road leads back to you. And are we looking at a call and response energy? Feeling like you're both just, for some of you, maybe it's been a cycle, just constantly coming back together. I was stupid, went right here with I regret how I left things. You didn't deserve how badly I treated you. Blocked energy too does feel, as that came down, it does feel like it's connecting with that Eight of Cups as well and the blocked around emotions. Do you love me? You are my person. Here on the Sun. Do you love me on the Empress? I think of you daily. I want to return, but I'm a big chicken. It's here on the Strength card to whatever degree, communicating, literal in person. What is that? It's super clear. And it's been clear that they have been in some pride and some fear, quote unquote, because it's not like somebody's shaking, you know, but it's, you know what I mean by that. There's groundwork being laid here, and major arcana energy, it's like, here it comes. I have so many regrets, so it's here again. I write messages in my head over and over. Yeah, that is a lot of that's coming out in the Eight of Swords in reverse. It was all my fault. I was stupid. We'll take it. I'm sorry I lied. I'm so sorry I lied. Gosh. We are a fated connection. It's this energy of understanding that you met for a reason. I made so many mistakes. It's sort of like, do you still love me energy? Yeah, please forgive me. Because that's the other thing about judgment. There is a very big, will you forgive me energy here, actually. That's the thing. It's like airing everything out. It's like shaking out the rug, you know, cleaning up. For some of you, it definitely could be that it's around the past and you're not expecting it. But it could also be that it's recent, it's really specific, and you could even be around them. I mean, it really is about your situation. But you are getting clarity and truth. Questions are being answered, decisions are being made. The last message from your person. Speaking of which, was there a bad decision? Clearly, because somebody is asking for forgiveness. Beautiful Sagittarius, that is your reading today. Thank you for joining me at the Tarot Closet. I'll see you next time.